Welcome. In this video, you'll learn to identify cell structures, describe the plasma membrane, and understand the roles of phospholipids, proteins, cholesterol, and carbohydrates. We'll also cover the nucleus, main organelles, and the cytoskeleton. A cell is the smallest unit of life. Human cells are microscopic, and they perform metabolic and functional activities essential for life. The human body consists of 30 trillion cells that vary considerably in shape and size. Differences in cell shape make different functions possible. For example, long extensions on nerve cells allow quick transmission of electrical impulses. Elongated muscle cells can shorten for movement, and the concave shape of red blood cells allows them to squeeze into vessels. A cell is made of 3 parts. 1. Plasma membrane, the outermost layer of the cell, also known as the cell membrane. It acts like a gatekeeper, controlling what enters and leaves the cell. 2. Nucleus, the control center of the cell. It contains the cell's genetic information. 3. Cytoplasm, the jelly-like substance that fills the cell and suspends all of the other organelles. The plasma membrane, also called the cell membrane, is a complex and crucial structure that defines the boundary of the cell. Structure. The plasma membrane is made of 4 components. 1. A double layer of phospholipids. Phospholipids form the bulk of the membrane. The phosphate heads face outwards because they are hydrophilic or water-loving, and the fatty acid tails point inwards because they are hydrophobic or water-fearing. 2. Proteins, dotted throughout the phospholipid bilayer, with diverse functions like transport, signaling, and cell recognition. 3. Cholesterol, stabilizes the membrane and influences permeability. 4. Carbohydrates, attached to some proteins to aid in cell identification. Some important functions of the cell membrane include selectively permeable barrier, controls what enters and leaves the cell. Communication, enables signal transduction for interacting with other cells. Cell adhesion, helps cells stick to each other and the extracellular matrix. Structural support, provides a framework for the cytoskeleton. The nucleus is the control center housing the cell's DNA, which carries the genetic instructions. The nucleus is surrounded by a double membrane called a nuclear envelope. The nuclear envelope protects the DNA and regulates what enters and leaves the nucleus through nuclear pores. Inside the nucleus are long threads of DNA wrapped around proteins, creating chromatin. During cell division, chromatin condenses to form visible chromosomes. At the center of the nucleus is another structure called the nucleolus, responsible for producing ribosomes, the cellular machinery for protein synthesis. The cytoplasm makes up most of the cell volume and consists of a clear liquid called cytosol, a supportive cytoskeleton, and a network of organelles. Organelles fill the cytoplasm and perform specific tasks for the cell. Some important organelles include the ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, lysosome, and peroxisome. Ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny, spherical organelles made of RNA and proteins. Their primary function is to translate instructions from messenger RNA into proteins. Ribosomes are freely found in the cytoplasm. Some ribosomes are also attached to another kind of organelle called rough endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a network of interconnected membrane-bound tubules and sacs called cisternae. There are 2 main types of endoplasmic reticulum, each with specialized functions. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. Studded with ribosomes, the rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved in protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum lacks ribosomes and is involved in various functions like lipid synthesis and metabolism of drugs. The Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus, also known as the Golgi complex, is a fascinating organelle. The Golgi apparatus is like a maze of flattened membranous sacs stacked together. These sacs are called cisternae, and they create separate compartments for processing. The Golgi apparatus, often referred to as the cell's post office, receives proteins manufactured by the rough endoplasmic reticulum. It then sorts, modifies, and packages these molecules. This may involve adding sugar molecules to proteins, which is like attaching tags or labels. These sugar tags can help stabilize the protein structure or enable them to fold correctly. Once processed, the Golgi apparatus directs these proteins to specific cellular locations inside or outside of the cells. Mitochondria. Mitochondria are essential organelles, often referred to as the powerhouses of the cell. They are responsible for creating ATP, which is the energy currency that fuels most cellular processes. Mitochondria have a unique double membrane structure. The outer membrane is more permeable, allowing materials to enter and exit more freely. The inner membrane is folded into many compartments, creating a larger surface area for energy production. Inside these compartments, special enzymes work together in a process called cellular respiration. Here, organic compounds like glucose are broken down and turned into ATP. The number of mitochondria in a cell varies depending on its energy needs. Muscle cells, which require a lot of energy for movement, can contain thousands of mitochondria, whereas less active cells might have far fewer. Lysosomes. Lysosomes are often referred to as cellular garbage disposals due to their role in breaking down unnecessary or damaged cell parts. They are membrane-bound sacs formed by budding off from the Golgi apparatus. Lysosomes contain hydrolytic enzymes that can digest proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. Peroxisomes. Peroxisomes are membrane-bound sacs similar to lysosomes found in the cytoplasm, but they have a completely different function within the cell. Peroxisomes contain unique enzymes involved in various metabolic processes, including fatty acid breakdown, which is essential for energy production, and alcohol detoxification. Cytoskeleton. Just like a building needs a framework to maintain its shape and structure, cells have an internal scaffolding system called the cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton is a complex network of protein filaments that provide structural support, shape, and organization to the cell. It also plays a crucial role in various cellular processes like movement, division, and transport. Cytoskeleton is made of three types of protein filaments, which are microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. These three components work together to achieve the function of the cytoskeleton.